Welcome to the AI Campa Show Tech and AI. My name is Greg and I am the presenter Generate by AI. I am created by Luis Campanella. I hope you enjoy the episode is full interesting. Please subscribe and thank you.
Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to the deep dive. We're diving deep into the material you shared with us, exploring the fascinating and, frankly, a bit intense world of AI and cybersecurity.
It really is. It's a topic that's, well, not just critical, but it feels like it's fundamentally changing almost by the day. And the core narrative running through your sources, it seems, is how artificial intelligence isn't just impacting cybersecurity anymore. It's completely transforming it.
Right.
Creating what a lot of people are calling a full-blown digital arms race.
Exactly, a digital arms race. And our mission here is really to, cut through some of the noise, pull out the most important insights from your material specifically, and try to get a real handle on the role AI is playing.
On both sides.
On both sides of this, this rapidly accelerating landscape.
So where do we be? Well, the sources, they make it quite clear that traditionally, cybersecurity defenses were kind of built like fortresses, maybe, with static blueprints.
Right, relying really heavily on human-written rules, basically saying, okay, this is what a known bad thing looks like a fingerprint for malware,
A signature.
If you saw that specific signature, you blocked it. Simple.
And that approach, I mean, it was foundational, right? But it was inherently reactive. It just couldn't keep pace with completely new threats nobody had seen before. AI fundamentally shifts that ground. It can process just unbelievable amounts of data petabytes from across networks in, well, milliseconds.
Something no human team could ever do.
Impossible. And it's looking for dynamic patterns, anomalies, deviations from what's normal that might signal a potential attack before it becomes a known quantity.
Yeah, it's like moving from looking for one specific known face in a huge crowd to having a system that can spot generally suspicious behavior no matter who's doing it.
That's a good way to put it.
And your sources highlight this is pushing AI into these really critical roles, speeding up threat detection, enabling, real-time automated responses, and maybe most interestingly, predictive analysis.
Predictive analysis. Yes, that's key. It's not just reacting anymore. It's using AI to look at historical data and what's happening now on the network to sort of spot those precursor actions.
Like the prep work.
Exactly. The reconnaissance or the probing before the main attack even tries to launch. Your material uses this really powerful analogy, calling AI systems an army of tireless digital guards.
Tireless is the word. Constantly learning, constantly adapting.
Which really drives home the scale of the shift, doesn't it?
It does. But as we saw mentioned, and as you hinted, that same power isn't exclusive to the defenders, is it? It's definitely a double-edged sword.
Oh, absolutely. It's also being sharpened and wielded pretty effectively by those on the offensive side.
Okay, so before we dive into that, the dark side, let's maybe spend a moment really appreciating what AI is doing for the defense, pulling from those specific examples your sources pointed out.
Good idea. Let's focus on the beneficial side first.
So one area where AI is making just a monumental difference is malware detection. We talked about the old signature-based approach.
Right, which is pretty easy to bypass if attackers just tweak the malware slightly.
Yeah.
A new variant, boom, slips right through.
Yeah.
What AI adds is this behavioral analysis. So instead of looking for that known fingerprint, the AI watches what the file or process is trying to do on your system.
Okay.
Is it trying to mess with protected files? Is it trying to call out to some weird external server, allocating memory in a funny way? By analyzing these behaviors, AI can actually flag and stop new, totally unseen malware.
Which is the holy grail, really, stopping the unknown unknowns.
It's incredibly challenging for those static defenses, yeah.
And phishing prevention, another critical battleground, and honestly one where I feel like humans are increasingly outmatched. The fakes are getting so good.
They really are. And your sources show how AI models are pretty essential here. They're scanning emails, web pages, links, all in real time.
What are they looking for?
Well, language patterns, sender reputation, subtle little inconsistencies in website design, even the underlying code sometimes, trying to identify those fakes or malicious attachments. They can spot nuances that are specifically designed to just slip right past our human eyes.
Things we wouldn't even think to look for.
Exactly. And then, okay, so say an incident does happen. AI dramatically changes the response time.
How so?
Well, the material points out how AI can sift through maybe thousands of alerts a day and tell the security teams, okay, these are the ones that are truly critical. Focus here.
Prioritization, right. Cutting through the noise.
Yes. And it can automate tasks like patching known vulnerabilities across thousands of systems, like instantly. Or even in really severe cases, it can isolate or shut down compromised systems in milliseconds.
Milliseconds, a speed humans just cannot match.
And not even close. And look, this isn't just theory. Companies your sources mentioned, like Darktrace, CrowdStrike, Microsoft Sentinel,
Yeah.
they're pioneers. They're deploying these AI-driven capabilities right now.
So it's happening now.
It really illustrates just how integral AI has become to modern cyber defense.
Okay, so that's AI as the tireless digital guard, a powerful defender. Now, let's pivot, because the material also dives deep into how the other side is playing this game. Cyber criminals, organized groups, even state-sponsored actors. How are they leveraging AI?
Right, this is where that arms race concept feels most acute, most real.
Yeah.
It really shows how quickly the advantage can shift back and forth. Attackers are using AI to create what's called adaptive malware.
Adaptive? What does that mean?
It means it's not static code. It's software that can literally change itself, its characteristics, its file structure, how it communicates, basically anything to avoid detection systems that are built to spot a fixed target.
Wow, okay, so it morphs.
It morphs, exactly. And the AI-generated phishing attacks, they're becoming incredibly sophisticated.
Yeah, you mentioned they're good, but how good?
Well, forget the days of obvious spelling mistakes or weird grammar. These new natural language models can craft perfectly worded emails. Fluent English, often personalized with details they've scraped from social media or data breaches.
Making them seem incredibly legitimate.
Almost indistinguishable from real messages sometimes. Very hard for the average person, even a careful one, to spot.
That's scary.
And then there's a particularly unsettling example from your sources. Deepfake voice scams.
Oh, I've heard about this. AI mimicking voices.
Precisely. AI can now synthesize someone's voice. Maybe your CEO, a colleague, even a family member, often using just a few seconds of real audio found online.
And attackers use this how?
They make urgent phone calls. I need you to transfer funds immediately. Give me that password. They trick employees into sending money or revealing sensitive company info, playing directly on trust and authority.
Using someone's own voice against them?
Yeah.
That's deeply unnerving.
It really is. And just as defenders use AI to find weaknesses in systems, well, guess what?
Attackers are doing the same thing.
Exactly. For vulnerability discovery. Instead of painstakingly searching through code or networks manually, AI can automate the scanning of just vast digital estates, identifying exploitable weaknesses much, much faster than any human team possibly could.
So every defensive move has a counter move.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
It's a direct counter to pretty much every defensive AI advancement. The ability of attackers to rapidly generate new exploit code, craft these hyper-realistic social engineering attacks, adapt their tools in real time. It's all being fueled by AI.
Constantly accelerating the pace of this digital conflict. Okay, so looking ahead then, your sources don't just detail the current battle, they also try to paint a picture of the future landscape of AI and cybersecurity. What does that look like based on the material?
Well, one major trend seems to be moving towards greater autonomy.
Meaning less human intervention.
Potentially, yes. The material suggests we'll likely see more autonomous cybersecurity systems. We're talking AI agents that don't just detect threats, but also initiate quite complex responses automatically.
Like what kind of responses?
Things like isolating compromised segments of a network or deploying patches across the board, all without needing continuous human sign-off for every step.
Which, of course, makes AI governance just absolutely critical, doesn't it?
Hugely critical. Establishing clear ethical guidelines for how these powerful, potentially autonomous systems are used by companies, by governments, and making sure they aren't turned into tools for misuse or overreach. That's a massive challenge the sources really underscore.
A global challenge, really.
Absolutely. And there's also a push, interestingly, for more collaborative models.
Collaboration.
Between them?
Who? Competitors.
Sometimes, yes. The thinking is that cybersecurity is a collective problem, right? So companies are starting to explore sharing anonymized threat data.
Why would they do that?
To train more powerful, sort of industry-wide AI defenses. An AI that learns from an attack happening over here can help protect everyone else over there. Strength in numbers, basically.
Okay, that makes sense. A shared intelligence network.
Kind of, yeah. And then there's a significant future challenge highlighted. The looming threat of quantum computing.
Ah, the quantum leap.
Right. Once it matures, quantum computing has the potential to just break many of the encryption methods we completely rely on today for secure communication, finance, everything.
So how does AI fit into that picture?
Well, your sources point out that AI will likely be essential in developing the next generation of cybersecurity solutions methods that are actually resistant to quantum attacks, post-quantum cryptography.
So AI is both part of the problem and part of the solution, even for future threats.
It seems unavoidable. So, yeah, the future isn't looking like a peaceful resolution. It's more like continued escalation. The overall picture painted by the sources is one of a constant, very high-stakes battle.
With profound implications, as the material notes, for our personal privacy, our trust in all these digital systems that run our society, even global stability. Okay, so to sort of bring this deep